I'm finishing up my Superman Man of Steel action figure line from 1995 and on. Kind of based on the famous Death of Superman comic books of that time period. I'm going to open up 3 Superman figures I did not have as a kid growing up in my little collection. Got 3 unique costumes and alternate versions of Superman. They're all a little bit different and have some different play features and things like that, so we can open them up fresh and check them out in these new in-box pieces I have here to show you. It's always cool to get older stuff and it has, you know, old price tags and things where it got marked down lower. Of course, we have all the back, and I have videos about a lot of the other figures in this line if you want to check that out after this video. So I believe we will start with Solar Suit Superman. Mostly because this packaging is really beat up. It's got price tags ripped off and it's kind of peeling off on its own here. 90s are becoming a little retro here, but he's still new in box to open up fresh for us to see. And what was pretty cool about these figures is they came with a little collectible trading card of the character. We have our Solar Suit Superman here in card form first. A little paragraph about it. Little ideas on how to play with the figure. Nothing really probably from the comic books in actual, but cool to have an extra collectible with your figure. And nice artwork as well. We just have the base figure here with that kind of long-haired Superman face we've seen on some of the other figures. Kind of has a wider stance here, probably to fit with his gear. It's got a lot of these different strapped-on little equipment kind of things, pouches, and a big connector here on the back, probably for the equipment. Of course, these are just 5-point kind of figures here. Oh, he has a little bit of a turn here, and he has a little extra than just the 5 points. Holding hands here. We have his pack. Kind of wing things turn on the pack, a Superman logo. Here's where it's going to slide on. And then this mechanism in the center going to be for the missile, which is this piece here. So it's one of those you got to press on the tail of the missile to shoot. Always prefer a button to that, but alright, so it just kind of slides onto his back there. He has a little kind of mouthpiece, little mask for breathing in space. I did always like when Superman kind of got, you know, powered down a little bit. He had to breathe. That way he's not quite so invincible, kind of like what they did with the animated series. But here, so it's kind of like a space exploration kind of suit with the wings that are kind of tiltable. Needs, I guess, a little help flying around in space. And very kind of like a Batman-y kind of thing, you know, all the old Batman figures would have all these alternate suits and equipment. That's why it probably didn't quite work that well for Superman, because he's kind of got everything he needs already, usually. So he has kind of holding hands if you wanted to hold this little missile as a weapon, and then these wings come off. And then they have handles on them. Says he can hold them as some sort of shield or otherwise a weapon of some sort also. And then he still has kind of this jetpacky kind of looking thing in the back that can still lock that missile in. There's some different uses for it if you want different appearances or whatever you were going to play with him as. You got some options there. Looks pretty cool with, you know, you got a gold suit. Still has the Superman logo. It's just typically Superman's not going to need equipment like this that often. But it's a unique one, and it's just not one that I got as a kid because, again, I just couldn't get every toy I saw, so I kind of had to pick and choose of what I wanted. I just wanted plain, you know, normal looking Superman, not these kind of goofy costume kind of colors with the equipment and such. But it's cool to get now to kind of finish the old collection. That's what I like to do here a lot. Show what I do to collect and finish old toy lines I already had stuff from. Solar Suit Superman with his collectible card. Interesting one here next, the Street Guardian Superman. He suspiciously has the Elseworlds logo, like they're going to kind of do this as a brand for some of the toy lines, kind of make alternate costumes but based on kind of Elseworld, maybe a little shorter comic series, something to do with Superman being a street level superhero or something. So again, just kind of a strange costume, so not one I wanted to get as a kid, but he looks kind of cool now, so we're going to open him up, check him out. I would have thrown $5 at this to get it. Brand new box here, going to open up. Peel that away. Even as a kid, I like to keep the card backs, because you'd have pictures of the other toy line figures. here we can get the collectible card depicting this version of Superman. The Street Guardian's got a shield and a chain and his big 90s style trench coat here. A little paragraph you can pause and read if you'd like. Again with the Elseworlds logo, just kind of telling a little story about him cleaning up crime as Street Guardian Superman. And you get some nice artwork, you know, comic style artwork of just the toy appearance. A little shield here. His chain. He kind of has a loose arm here because he's kind of got a function with the chain. This one's just kind of pretty stiff there, locked in this kind of bent position. Head turn, but again he's got this trench coat lip here, and then some of these 90s ones always had these strange poses. You kind of had to lean him forward. He's got a bent leg and you need to keep the feet straight by putting the leg up forward. And he has a nice silver Superman logo on the back of the jacket though. You couldn't see that in the packaging. The shield just kind of snaps onto this arm. Kind of do either way you want. Maybe one's kind of offensive with this kind of stabby end here. Plasticky trench coat kind of in the way of the function where he's gonna swing that chain. Here's the little chain kind of whip. Kind of have that slide into the hand forward or back. I think it's probably more meant for forward, although that doesn't make a lot of sense. But he can just start whipping around the chain pretty wildly all the way around. You just kind of pump him by the leg. So it kind of gets real close to hitting his own trench coat sometimes and stopping. Can't really hold it here on both sides because then your hand is going to stop it. It's a little weird of a feature, and then it's going to make him harder to pose because this arm is very loose and floppy for the spin aspect. But a cool look, a classic kind of Superman shirt under here. Rippling muscles. Is this like Terminator looking Superman here? He's got a total flat top. Knee pad and kind of silvery boots to go with that silver on the back of his jacket. It's a cool appearance. Again, Superman kind of heading out onto the streets using a shield and a chain. Not really what you think of when you think of Superman fighting injustice in the world. But for a 90s toy line collection, let me tell you, this defines the 90s pretty well. Look at him. When was this figure made? Pretty obvious by the appearance. Very different face. It has the Elseworlds tag, so it's almost like an alternate dimension kind of Superman. Which they make a lot of these days, actually, so kind of the start of that little trend. Street Guardian Superman. Third unique Superman figure here, Ultra Shield Superman, Kryptonite shield armor, and blasting rocket. Another kind of snap-on armor figure again. Very new in the package, but we'll open it up so we can check him out. Yeah, open stuff up so you can see. We have his trading card. You get in the preview there, wearing his little bubble helmet armor there. His little readout if you'd like. Ultra Shield Superman. Kind of doing a kryptonite shield there, you know. Somebody's using a lot of kryptonite. Protect himself a little bit. No Elseworlds here. But a good comic depiction of the toy. I don't think he appeared like this in a comic book. Oh wow, his weapon is like a clear plastic. And to see the spring inside. Pretty cool. And of course the clear plastic for the helmet. Armor pieces here. Well, the Superman logo looks like it kind of didn't get printed on this one very well. It's kind of got a missing spot in the middle straight out of the box. Looks like he just has like one arm or leg piece. Because the others are already on him here. These are actually snapped on already and removable. So you can get off these arm pieces and leg. But here's just what the figure will look like. It's almost kind of like the black suit Superman, you know, when he returned from the kind of death. So it's one I would have got as a kid because it almost kind of makes sense, you know. But it is a shorter hair Superman, not like the long mullet. Got a silver S like that black suit had. It's actually more of like a really dark navy blue. But he kind of has his classic Superman tights of red with the yellow belt and red boots. It's like a hybrid outfit. And kind of a cool pose there with a little bit of a curvature arms. Again, that weird like forward stepping stance that you have to do if he's going to stand up. But a different face is a little bit unique to this. Have leg piece, bent leg piece. Just snapping right on. That's going to stay on even when you move it on. It's not going to pop off or anything. Got for the arm, this piece that was already on him, put back on. This will be his missile. Goes in this clear launcher, which doesn't look like it has a button, so it's probably another one of those flick type that I don't really like. Yeah, it's just saying press on the back to launch it. Let's see how far it goes. Not too far, but it is a bigger projectile. Pretty heavy arrow kind of shape. So I gotta figure out, because we have the chest piece and the helmet. They don't really connect too well. I guess I'll just kind of drape that over top. Just fit right into place there, and then I think this kind of front with the design is the front with his face. It's a little weird going on here. Just kind of pushes in there and doesn't quite lock into place or anything, but it doesn't come out super easy. You do have to pull it, but it's its own piece instead of attached to this, so fortunately you might lose that. We got two spots in the back and on each arm. Almost reminded me of like the Centurion's suit. Probably would have been pretty excited about having this because I always wanted those toys as a kid. But the launcher has those two nubs, so we can put the missile launcher on the back. It can look like this with it kind of back mounted. But then he can kind of wrist wear it ready to use as a weapon also on either arm. That is pretty cool if you're playing around which side you want him on, or if you just want it on the back. Looked pretty good without the armor, but looks cool with too. His face is a little obscured in a lot of the clear here, and the armor kind of sits up high and covers a lot of the mouth. Got little holes here just for maybe to not have like a suction or something weird going on with the toy, but that just pops right off there if you want. Cool armor set. I mean, it is a good reason for Superman to be wearing it, kind of anti-kryptonite. So it's not super out there in terms of concept for an action figure of Superman. This probably would have been the more likely one that I would have got as a kid if, you know, the opportunity came up to get a few more from the line at the time. But I did have quite a few as a kid growing up, so. Ultra Shield Superman. Looking snazzy. Actually, a pretty cool trio of figures. Very 90s style. Plus with the trading cards. They didn't come with Pogs, but they came with trading cards, so you know they're 90s figures. There's 3 missing ones from my collection. I'm trying to complete this line. So I have a whole playlist of other items from the line, the vehicles, the other figures, even some info about some unreleased figures as well. So you want to just check out the playlist or choose which one you want to check out about this toy line. I open up all my other collectible stuff here, old and new. So leave a like if you like seeing these 3 unique Superman figures from the 90s. It is really cool to just finish old collections like this. So I just kind of appreciate their appearance and play features more now just as collectible pieces, more than what I wanted to play with as a kid growing up. So hopefully we'll see you in the next video.